So this would have been Civil War era, yeah, 1861-62. It was repaired by General Totten, and the Secretary of War was Stanton at the time. So we are going into the powder. Hopefully it will be, wow. You cannot see a thing. So I have my phone's flashlight on right now. Oh, okay. Hello. Wow. So we are looking out. So they just had a tour group coming in through here. So I didn't want to join them because they were already in the progress of the whole entire tour. But wow, that was dark coming down this walkway here. But it's brilliantly lit inside. And we're going to head right out. So we're going into casemate number 5. It's hard to see it.
Whereabouts?
I live in Woolwich.
Okay, I'm over in Riverside.
Okay.
Cool.
How are you today?
How you doing?
It took all 10 seconds to get done.
No, it's not too bad at all. Making some winter pork stew for lunch.
Okay.
And we'll have some bread and butter with that, some cheese probably. And all the soldiers will be hungry once they get done the reenactment of the battle. So in about, 45 minutes or so, I'll be in here eating.
Okay.
Hopefully I can get my stuff and go before that all comes to be.
Hey, thank you.
Yeah, enjoy the day.
Yes, thank you.
I don't know if there's anything else.
Now we're going to go into the officers' quarters here. Hello.
Hello.
Oh, wow. Hello.
So something you're looking for, I can help you with, sir?
Not really. I mean,
Okay, well, very
just
good.
to find out what was going on in here.
Just getting ready for the battle.
Okay.
Battle's coming up shortly. We'll be getting ready for that.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Thank you.
Just wanted to see what the quarters look like.
Yeah, just stuff stashed in them today.
Okay.
How they found the dice bonnets? Good, 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 good.
Scotch and the Irish and the Scotch Irish, they moved into the Appalachian Mountains. So everybody's kind of there, and it's like, okay, let's get this figured out. And the picture is that this is the box. They're trying to get more. Towards the end of the 1700s, somebody curves the bottom, makes it so. This shape comes in after 1800. That's 1850. So it's sort of more, today, the cardboard dulcimer is similar to this, and they have a fretboard down the middle and all the strings are teardrops. I saw somewhere one was in the shape of a and what they're doing. But the way I play it, a lot of your dulcimer players I got a teardrop. The other one. A lot of your dulcimer players tune it. That. So this is an octave. This is what our music looks like. See all these numbers? Those are tracks. So you're basically playing by numbers. But because I like to sing, and I don't want to have to I'm playing the melody. Right, I am playing the melody. Right, now I'm going to show you something. I taught myself how to play a piece of music, looking for the music. Now I'm looking for the melody line.
So I'm trying to learn a little bit about everything what's going on here.
Hi, so I am soap making.
Okay.
I'm actually making something called rebatch soap. In the colonial era, soap was really harsh and astringent because they didn't have precise line measurements, unlike today where we do. So what people would do was they would buy this harsh astringent soap and they would grind it down and add new oils and water to make it softer and to make it more skin safe.
Okay.
So that is my decision. They would melt it over like a little standing pot like that right over there. And it would form like a little clay-like texture and you would shape it into a little ball. And that was called a wash ball.
Would it have been made out of animal fat?
It would have been made out of either animal fat or at this point animal fat had started to go out of style.
Okay.
It would more likely be made with olive oil or sweet almond oil.
Oh, okay.
Most recipes, they use pot ash, which is filtered wood ash. You would, of course, take your wood ash and you would lay it over a cheesecloth or a sift of some kind, and you would let the rainwater filter through it, and you would take that solution at the bottom, and that would be your pot ash. That would be what you would add to your oils, and you would probably make it over fire, the oil at the hot process.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
So I'm kind of sticking around because they're going to be doing a battle reenactment.
It's non-period correct. 18 chicken cacciatore.
Now what's in the other pot? Is it the sauce in one and the chicken?
The rice.
Oh, the rice.
So they wouldn't have eaten this kind of food. These are the deadly nightshades.
Gotcha.
The tomatoes and the peppers. They would have felt they would die if they ate that.
Like
They had
poisonous?
Yep.
things.
Okay.
They do have certain things in the seed and the skin, the lectins.
Yeah, the
but they, I don't think they understood all that. But anyway.
So how long does it take to cook that chicken, I guess?
I mean, normally I will do the whole meal here, but I got here this morning, so there's not enough time to get the lunch. But in an hour and a half, you can get it done.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it all goes in one pot. I mean, depending on what I'm making. Yeah. I do. And
Do you have writing information?
I do not. That I do not. Yes, that you can touch. But you can, if you do go to
I hear some fife and drums. So right across the way is also Fort Mercer, where Fort Mercer would have been. Looks like there were stables of some kind. Oh, he's making wooden spoons and stuff.
What can I make for you today?
I guess a wooden spoon. I don't know what cool. Nice dulcimer.
Thank you.
So he has some wooden spoons for sale as well.
What's that?
No, I'm talking to the camera.
Okay. Sorry.
So is this a
Right now I have some,
cool?
hey, how's it going?
How are you doing? Blacksmith shop?
Yep, unfortunately we don't have anybody operating the forge today.
Oh,
It is operational, we do some forging in here. We do have some forged items in the gift shop.
okay.
On the shelves.
Thank you.
But yeah, usually, at the moment Carl is our sort of forge expert, he's doing woodworking today.
Oh, okay.
So we've got that going on.
Are they trying to
And there's the
restore it?
bellows.
I don't know where we're gonna be with that, like that was one of Alex's projects when he still worked here. But
Cold forge.
we sort
Lower.
of have a drive right now to fix the roof.
I feel like the roof needs to be fixed first.
Yes, the roof needs to be fixed
Yeah, it
and
does.
left for droppings on the forge, which would be great. We have the little crank thing, but
Yeah,
we would also like to like rebuild the bellows because we had a really nice double bellow system.
Okay.
Nice thing about double bellows is that both on the in and the out it blows. It's got two chambers, so it's always blowing into the floor, so we can sort of keep a continuous
That's neat.
stream of air.
Yeah, I have a friend who's built a field.
That's neat. That would have been nice to see, but maybe in the future they'll have it operational.
With this type
And we'll
of
be
thing,
back
you
by
have to
then.
have Contractors.
Thank you for your information. Thank you for your information.
No question.
Yeah, this is the blacksmith shop he was saying.
These look like stables of some sort. I have the map, but don't have it out on me. Out with me right now. So I guess the reenactment is about to commence. Yeah, they are lining up over here. So I'm going to get a picture of this building that hopefully will be restored. This is the citadel in the commandant's house. Washington Rochambeau National Historic Trail. So they're getting ready for the reenactment here. The troops are lining up. I'm not sure which way they're going, but I might get a above view. I wanted to do really up close and personal, but I think we might go up this and get a good view of the battle reenactment. And there's someone giving some information over here.
They've lost 400 of their finest Hessian troops. They've lost 2 massive warships. And it's now the end of October. By the end of November, the Delaware River starts freezing. It's getting desperate. And in fact, John Montresor, who ironically had killed Fort Mifflin, was with the British Army and tasked with destroying Fort Mifflin. And he commented on November 1st that we are just now an army without provisions or rum, artillery for besieging, scarce any ammunition, no clothing, nor any money. It's rough. It's getting bad for the British in Philadelphia. They are on the verge of starving out. That brings us to the last stages to break.
Ticks. Somebody dropped a little toy there. A little pony.
Yes, you should have gotten an immediate acknowledgement.
Well, I say I might now go to a post office box.
Oh, but you should have gotten an immediate email acknowledgement that also included a receipt for your tax purposes.
So then I was curious about, I have to check that.
Yeah, it should have been, I want to say it's scheduled to like 5 minutes after the transaction is complete.
Okay.
You should get an email that not only thanks you, which, I wrote a special text for that, but also includes all of the appropriate language for you to provide for your tax preparer. So that, we close all of those loops.
Okay. Yeah, I probably did, and, I automatically put it in a folder.
But if you didn't, please,
That's what they used to have
email or call
on
the
Valley
office.
Foods, they used to sell.
Yeah, it's no big deal, I'm just curious.
And thank you very much.
You can make one now.
Yeah, and it's,
You're doing,
so the sod was a remediation of horrific damage from a site rental. That, it was just the perfect storm. It was thousands of people, the weekend of that remnants of the tropical storm and tidal flooding. So the contract requires them to remediate, and people are like, I can't believe you do this stuff, but like, the guy was absolutely on top of his game, and it was at a great expense. But much valiant death on the comfortable brand new sod. So that's $5 altogether.
Okay.
Do you have cash?
Oh, no, I don't.
Okay.
going to begin on around November 11th. That's when the first big bombardment started. What the British had been working on up to that point, besides taking Fort Mercer, were building artillery batteries on Province and Carpenter's Island, which are just across a 500-yard wide channel on the other side of the port. Because remember, this is an island. They had put a number of artillery pieces over there, including mortars and howitzers from Lob. See, the scavenger hunt drop is going to come in handy, including mortar bombs. These are explosive shells. They are hollow on the inside. They have a fuse in the top. And the idea is when they're launched out of the mortar, it will ignite the fuse, and that will cause it to explode inside the port. Fortunately, this is Mud Island. The mortar bombs would actually land in the ground, sink into the dirt, and then explode. The descriptions are either it launches a 50-foot geyser of dirt into the air, or it explodes so deep underground that they would just feel the earth with the detonation. Unfortunately, the two barracks buildings, which were right along here and right along here, not these buildings, different buildings, became excellent targets for British artillery. That was also the only dry ground they had inside of the fort left. So it becomes an unbearable situation for the defenders who no longer have a safe place to sleep. Joseph Plum Martin said he didn't sleep in 2 weeks while he was here because there was no dry ground to sit on. What this ultimately results in is a 5-day-long bombardment culminating on November 15th. And what the British unleash is absolute mayhem. They finally
Can I get a picture in your hand?
Sure. Mainly being the Roebuck, the
Both of my hands on. What kind of?
all large ships of the line. The
trying to get
Roebuck,
it.
you got multiple things.
Yeah.
They're parked right off the coast right there.
Heavy.
Yeah, they have their batteries on the island over there, and they have the Vigilant, which has come up the channel. Thank you much. Scavenger hunt. I'm regretting bringing the heavier one. So the Vigilant was a cut down.
So the ones with the greens are the Hessians.
But it is intended now to mount 20 heavy 24-pounders. They park it so close to the end of the fort there where the American battery was. There are descriptions of the British troops in the rigging of the ship being close enough to hurl grenades into the battery. Major Thayer, who was down in command of the fort, describes that when he's justifying why he left all of the cannons here, goes because every time I sent soldiers in to break out the cannons, they all died. The bombardment lasts the entire day. It goes from basically the break of morning until it starts to get dark. Joseph Plum Martin estimated about 250 cannons were aimed at the fort. Might have heard in the morning program, it was the largest bombardment of the Revolution. Joseph Plum Martin's estimates were not far off. It was likely around 250 cannons played on the fort for the entire day. To be perfectly honest, it's best to just use Martin's words to describe what happened that day. There's the So Martin says, the cannonade continued without interruption on the side of the British throughout the day. Nearly every gun in the fort was silent by midday. Our men were cut up like corn stalks. I do not know the exact number of the killed and wounded, but I can say it was not small considering the numbers in the fort. When the firing had in some measure subsided, I could look about me. I found the fort exhibited a picture of desolation. The whole area of the fort was as completely plowed as a field, with buildings of every kind hanging in broken fragments, and the guns all dismounted. How many of the garrison had been killed? There are other descriptions inside the fort, but it was devastating. Francois Dupuy, the engineer that refortified the fort, was taken out. Luckily for him, not killed, a shell hit the building he's next to and debris knocked him unconscious. He has to be carried over to Red Bank. But of the 400 or so men that were in the fort, it's estimated about 70 are dead by the end of the day. Descriptions of the fort afterwards describe the same thing that Martin said, a complete scene of utter desolation. However, the British were about 2 weeks from being starved out of Philadelphia. These men that held this fort almost defeated the largest navy on the face of the earth. They almost forced an entire army in the tens of thousands out of a city without ever having to fight over it. And I was actually graced with the ability to go to the Independent Seaport Museum in Philly about a month ago and look at some of their original documentations, including this one guy, Mr. Morton, who was a citizen in Philadelphia who recorded a lot of what happened during the siege. And he comments, thus the Americans' perseverance and the fort situation, a British army of 12,000 men and a fleet of 300 sail had been detained in their operations near 7 weeks by a power far inferior to theirs, and which has always appeared contemptible in the eyes of men who have uniformly despised the Americans as a cowardly, insignificant assembly. They almost win, yet the actions here have bigger ramifications. Because of the destruction that's done here and in Saratoga, the French end up entering the war on the side of the Americans. Because of the things that happen here, situations in Philadelphia aren't great that winter. And with France entering the war, the British are going to have to redeploy troops to the Caribbean. That leaves Philadelphia undermanned, and they're forced to give it up. The Americans recapture Philadelphia the next spring and summer. Because you can see this is, up north for a while. He's not really involved in the southern one of the reasons he ends up at Fort Mifflin is in 1779, 1780, held the Fort of Southwest Miners. Which was essentially going to be a military engineering. And they were taking volunteers, but they didn't get enough, so they basically said, and Connecticut basically sent one guy.
Mercer. give you a view from what's going on this side. Oh, it's the British. So we have a casualty here laying on the ground on the British side. We have casualties on the other side too as well.
ready if you're loaded. Take ready. Elevate. Burn. a little bit more time, but it's working in that type of dock. I mean, the river could have froze by end of November. It's just one of those fascinating seasons to delve into. Didn't even get to go obviously Commodore Hazelwood and Lieutenant Colonel Smith. Fantastic because they both rely on that. But Smith is a lieutenant colonel, which means he's now ranking a lot of people. I think that he's putting on his rank because I know how to defend it. I've been here longer. Yeah. So the schooner is early 1900s or something. That being said, that type of ship are very rare. They're beneficial because they're highly mobile and they're not traditionally square rigged, which makes them a lot easier to sail. Square rigged ships are very, very So in the Revolutionary War, all the cannons were in another piece of the fortification that came out the end of the fort. But later on in the 1800s, when they redesigned them, they would have had cannons all along this wall, pointing out into the river. Big, big cannons. So it's hard to nail that because
Hold at the door! Perform this side! Has anyone loaded? I am. If you're loaded, form the line! Take ready! If you're loaded! Take ready! Present! Elevate! Fire!
services, we're on each other.
Happy belated birthday.
That's what I'm coming to right now. That's why they asked me to do this. Okay, first off, thank you for showing up, my large class here. Okay. My name is Tom Thurber. I am a retired history teacher and a retired Marine. Shocking, isn't it? Okay. And I portray Lieutenant Trevitt's Company of Marines from the American Revolution. The Marine Corps was founded on November 10th, 1775. So if you see someone or know someone in the Marines every year on November 10th, you wish them a happy birthday. The Marines will know exactly what you're talking about. Okay? But on November 10th, 1775, resolved that 2 battalions of Marines be raised consisting of 1 colonel, 2 lieutenant colonels, 2 majors, and other officers as usual in other regiments. And they consist of an equal number of privates with other battalions. That particular care be taken that no person be appointed in office, an officer, or enlisted into said battalions, but such as are good seamen or so acquainted with maritime affairs as to be able to serve to advantage by sea when required. So right there, that sets the Marines separate from the Navy. My Army guy left me. I scared them off.
You like the facts.
And from the Army. So what was the purpose of the Marines? And that's what sets us apart. Well, I'm going to ask you, what are Marines for? What do you think?
Shipboards.
Let me rephrase my question, okay? What was the primary purpose of the Marines? I hate students who read ahead. You know? Gosh, you always have to, show off in class. Okay? So what's the primary purpose of Marines?
Shipboard security and boarding actions.
Well, that you got the first and the third. The first one,
Shipboard security.
shipboard security. The Marines' primary mission upon naval ships is security.
And we all do that.
For whom?
The Navy.
Who in the Navy?
Captain.
I hate ringers who show up late to my class. Okay? You have a note, young man, for being late to my class. I'm going to talk to your sergeant major. You really don't want to talk to your sergeant major. Anybody? Who are they supposed to be guarding? I thought you mumbled. Officers? Say it louder!
He said officer, so I'm copying him.
Yes, Marines are actually on board naval ships to protect the officers manning the ship.
And the photographers.
What's that?
And the photographers.
Care less about that. Which leads us to, what's the Marine Corps motto? You better just keep drinking. You just better keep drinking. Keep drinking.
Semper Fidelis.
Semper Fidelis, meaning what?
Always faithful.
To whom?
Oh, I know that one.
To the captain of the ship. Marines had never led a mutiny in the U.S. Navy. So they have always been faithful, not to the country, not to God, not to women, but to the captain of the ship. And that's where the Marine Corps motto, Semper Fidelis, always faithful, comes from. Now, the other thing, as a fighting force on board ship. Now you got to remember, going back in the sailing game, you can envision a naval ship. You have, as you go up the mast, you ever see those tops? They're called fighting tops. That's one place the Marines would be stationed. And then they would be stationed on the quarterdeck also. Quarterdeck on board a sailing ship is where the captain is, his officers are commanding the action. Now, what were they supposed to do while up there? I'm walking away. They would be armed with muskets. And their primary or secondary mission is to pick off the other gunners on the other side. That's why they're in the fighting tops. Also, if the two ships were to come close enough, they would lead the boarding, so you could capture the other ship. Does anyone know why you wanted to capture the other ship?
Money.
Money. Prize money. Okay? Because once you got it into port, it's legally challenged. Okay? You have to make sure it's legal that you captured it. Lawyers. And once that is then condemned, meaning it is legally captured. And then it is sold and the proceeds are split up amongst the crew. Okay?
Then you can buy grog.
Yes, you can. Okay? Now, the other thing that traditionally we think of the Marines, especially in the 20th century, was an amphibious landing force. Okay? And I will be going over that. The most classical example, and the Navy takes all the credit for this, you know? How many have ever heard of John Paul Jones? Okay? What is he supposedly so famously said? There you go, I have not yet begun to fight. Good. We had a really good man. Yeah, well, PR man, wait a minute. Okay. With that said, if you only think about the engagement that occurred, it's a 3-hour slugfest between the ships. is that the Bonhoeffer Shard is in a sinking condition. Most of the cannons on the American side have been knocked out, except for 3. The British ship is pounding, but in the fighting time, the Marines have not only taken out the British Marines, but have taken all the gunners on the top deck on the British side. The problem is, the second deck of the HMS Serapis, they couldn't fight. They couldn't shoot into it. But what they did, they covered, this is where the Navy gets the glory, a Navy seaman, since the ships are locked together, all the rigging's entangled, a sailor under Marine Corps cover crawls across with their grenade, and you got to think of the grenades back then. First off, if you saw them in the gift shop, just go look at one. It's basically, you know, a little hollow iron sphere with black powder in it. He has to stick the fuse in it, and then he has a lighted match with him that he has to then light, and he's trying to drop it. So it goes down the second deck. Eventually, one of them does land in the second deck through a hatchway, and it lands amongst a whole bag of black powder charges, and it blows out the second deck. At which point, the British captain surrendered. But who's remembering? John Paul Jones, the Navy. If it hadn't been for his Marines, he would have gone to the Davy Jones's locker. You know? No credit, no credit. Now, on that, as a landing force, in March of 1776, the Marines, with the Navy transporting us, we landed in Nassau, Bahamas. Does anyone know why Nassau, Bahamas by chance is there? We're royal. We're royal, maybe. Lost. His GPS is faulty. And naval storage. You hate to keep him back and knows all the answers, you know?
We're trying to keep the conversation going.
Yeah. So they were trying to capture the naval stores. That is the first Marine Corps amphibious landing, March of 1776. Now, also, how many have ever heard of the Battle of Princeton? Okay. Who's the American general at the Battle of Princeton? He's on the $1 bill.
Washington.
Yeah, don't laugh. I've had people do that, okay? You sure he's on the one? Yeah. Hey, look at that, he is. It was a woman. All she was looking at was his face facts, okay? I'm sorry. What is unknown is that a battalion of Marines, all 131 strong, are attached to George's army because he was running short of men and he made a call for any reinforcements he got. There were 4 Continental Naval ships forming, building, and the 4 Marine companies are put together and rushed over to assist George Washington in the Battle of Princeton. Okay? And this is my favorite. In January of 1778, everyone's starting to form, huh? Okay, I'm getting a little nervous here. In January of 1778, the unit that I portray, Lieutenant Trevin, went back and captured Nassau, Bahamas again for stores. Now, I don't have my Army guy, he walked off on me, okay? But the Army always seems to pick on the Navy, so the Marines, so the Navy, of being a little slow mentally, okay? Well, does anyone know where the Army was in January of 1778? Anybody ever heard of
Valley Forge?
Anyone? Valley Forge? And what was happening to the poor soldiers?
They were freezing and
hungry. Where were the Marines? In the Bahamas. Okay, here's my question to you soldiers. What was the smart one? Okay? Yeah. Anyway. But at the end of the war, the Continental Marines will be disbanded along with the Navy in 1785. The Marines will not be reconstituted until July 11th, 1798. And that is the modern Marine Corps that we have today. So, next year, now put it on those electronic devices that you have, okay? This is your homework assignment. If you know anybody who is in the Marines, and on November 10th, 2024, make sure you wish them a happy birthday, okay? So that's your homework assignment. I'll be checking up on it. Any questions? I have no answers, but I don't care. I'll field the questions. Yes, they were. Okay, any U.S. naval ship would have a contingent of Marines for the most part. They're too small to get necessarily out. Yeah. In fact, you asked the question. The U.S. Navy will capture New Orleans in April of 1862. The soldiers were a week behind. So to occupy it, Admiral Farragut gets his Marines off his ship, goes to the City Hall, and raises the United States flag, taking down the Confederate flag, in amongst all those rebels. That was his only landing force that he had with him.
That's where they would go in first, clear the way.
Students that just don't listen. Nassau, Bahamas, March 1776.
She meant the modern Marine Corps.
Oh, okay. No, actually, no.
Angry pirates.
Sung the Marine Corps hymn.
From the walls of Montezuma to the shores of Tripoli.
9 Marines will land in Tripoli and capture the city of Derna in 1805. Tribute. So, that modern Marines would have been Derna 1805. Okay. Anything else? What did he say?
Sword, where the swords come from.
That's not the Continental Service. By the way, he's a former Marine officer. If anyone hasn't caught on to that. Thank you for showing up. So, to occupy it, Admiral Farragut gets his Marines off his ship, goes to the City Hall, and raises the United States flag, taking down the Confederate flag, in amongst all those rebels. That was his only landing force that he had with him.
That's where they would go in first, clear the way.
Students that just don't listen. Nassau, Bahamas, March 1776.
She meant the modern Marine Corps.
Oh, okay. No, actually, no.
Angry pirates.
Sung the Marine Corps hymn.
From the walls of Montezuma to the shores of Tripoli.
9 Marines will land in Tripoli and capture the city of Derna in 1805. Tribute. So, that modern Marines would have been Derna 1805. Okay. Anything else? What did he say?
Sword, where the swords come from.
That's not the Continental Service. By the way, he's a former Marine officer. If anyone hasn't caught on to that. Thank you for showing up.
Especially with all the Chinese stuff. All what's going on. Chinese stuff. Guns are always expensive, you know. But yeah, more of a, yes.
2, order your pilot.
They're doing some drills with the children here. So now we are exiting from the side entrance here from the parking lot area. The main entrance is over there to my right. Oh, cool. Little bunkhouse or something, probably a guard. So I hope you enjoyed the tour here on Siege Weekend here. Ironically, it was also on Veterans Day here today. So if you enjoyed content like this, please consider like, commenting, sharing, and subscribing so that I can bring you more content like this in the future. And as I always say, go create your own adventure. And I'll see you at the next location.